Right.
People know from D Block is what I was saying. You know J Hood, but he wasn't even because he got kicked out of D Block or left.
No, he got kicked out.
And then you know Bully, but you don't really know Bully too much.
He got kicked out. Right.
And then you know Snyp Life just because he has a really cool name. And everybody started on me though.
Let me tell you, bro, that you know, my real claim to fame is the things that never really got showed on the radar. See, that's the thing. I'm responsible for a lot of that happen behind the scenes.
Locks, real locks.
Where we talking about, locks. Yo, what up? It's your boy Snyp Life, D Block's own. I'm rocking with my boy Mikey T, the movie star. It's lit. Yo.
Can you tell me about what led to your incarceration?
Man, again, like, definitely ain't shit that I was proud of. I got a lot of other comrades that had a lot more serious shit, you know what I mean? But my shit was just as serious for me going through it at that time. So I'm never gonna downplay my shit. Nah, I ain't shoot up 15 niggas. I ain't do none of that. You know what I mean? But my life was real enough, you know what I mean, that it deserves its own story. And I was young, I was young in the game. Now from my neighborhood, I was probably, not the biggest or the longest or the most, but the first. You know what I mean? I was the first one that really took this rap shit serious. I always was known as a spitter. When I got into selling drugs, I was the first one to leave my city and go hours away to another city and represent my block and regulate shit. I was the first from my peers. You know what I mean? Young nigga coming back to my hood, I used to come and get the older heads. These niggas is grown men. I'm 17. I'm out of town. Yo, pack your bags. I got a spot. All this is facts. Niggas ain't never come and get me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Going to jail, everybody, they get, slaps on the wrist, little bullshit bits. But going away to prison, I was the first one from my hood. Again, my era, my peers. You know what I mean? Of course, the OGs, they was going up north. They come home, did it twice. You know what I mean? But for my peers, I was the first one to go away. I actually had an affidavit. I had about 3 affidavits on me. So 3 different individuals decided that it was cool to tell on me. I was charged with criminal use of a firearm, 1st degree, robbery 1, robbery 2, robbery 3, and attempt kidnapping. I don't even know what an attempt kidnapping is. That was the weirdest, dumbest charge I ever seen. I was convicted of robbery in the 1st degree. This is all past the statute of limitations, so certain shit I could talk on, certain shit I just reserve the right not to. But, I did that. I lived that life, gunpowder ballistics, a bath with tomato sauce. That'd take care of that. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't find no ballistics on me. They couldn't find a gun. My mom's got rid of the gun. My mom's was a G. God bless her soul. My mom's was a G. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she was a Harlem girl. There's a lot more. Now, for people that know me, a lot of people don't know this, but people that really know me, they know my story. Some things I never really shared with the public, Mikey T. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I have a documentary that I'm actually dropping later on this year, and I get into intricate details of certain things that I went through. I'm not really comfortable talking about the intricate details today, but I will give you the surface. I'll give you a fun fact that no one ever knew about me outside of people that grew up with me. I got 2 boys, I got 2 sons, and I got a daughter. I just had my daughter. She's 5 months old. My oldest son was, thank you. My oldest son was born in prison. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that there. So obviously my co-defendant was my lady, which was his mom. And that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it was a tough time for me. I was young, 18, 19, I'm going to prison. Really didn't get a chance to experience a lot of shit other than the shit that I was involved in that got me there. You know what I'm saying? It was wild, man. I was in a wild jail. I was in Green Correctional Facility, Coxsackie, New York, across the street from This is a Max, you know, Kaksaki, we call it the Cat. It's across the street. Anybody that ever been to Green, especially in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, to tell you, definitely was a wild jail. I see a lot of young homies now on a lot of podcasts, and I've seen a few that actually been in Green, but they have a whole different perception of their story and their experience there. You know what I mean? Things have changed. But when I was there, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was razor tag. It was gladiator school. Man, if you wasn't on your toes, if you wasn't somebody, you had to stay on your bunk. If you wasn't tough, you wasn't coming to the yard. Know what I'm saying? There was no boxing Green. They built the boxing Green because too many people kept getting sent out to other boxes for cutting niggas. They started a reception in the jail because there was too many cuttings in this jail. And I'm not exaggerating this. I've seen other big podcasts with dudes that did 20 and 30 years, and I've seen their stories, and I'm like, yo, that's some crazy shit. You know what I mean? So I'm never like trying to make it like it's the tough. But this jail, man, I'll tell you, Green was very wild, very wild. And I'm blessed that I was equipped with the things I needed to be equipped with to be able to survive in here. You know what I mean? And everything I'm telling you, Mikey T, there are people, places, and things that will document this. I had the pleasure, there's about maybe 12, 15 of us that's home right now. You can look on my Instagram a couple of weeks back. And I said to the viewers, there's over at least 100 years of jail time right here in this video. I was standing with 8, 9, 10 of my other brothers, top generals though. Because it's a difference. You can go to jail and just do your time and be cool. Or you go to jail and your name ring. Know what I mean? I prefer the latter. Again, you can check my Instagram. I was in Green with jewelry. I had chains on. My niggas had big brolic hurts. Know what I mean? I battled niggas for cuts in the face. And by the grace of God, I ain't never been cut in the face. I send a lot of niggas out. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not telling you this, and I'm not trying to glorify this, but this is what made me who I am, though. I had to live this on my own. I didn't have my friends from home to help me. Niggas wasn't writing me, sending me shit. I had to create a whole, man, you hear what I'm trying to say? So, while all of this crazy shit was going on, like I said, I was inspired and motivated because I see my niggas coming up in the game. All while I'm going through what I'm going through, they coming up in the game though. Know what I mean? So, one of my other good G's, my big bro, know what I mean? It's like family to me, my man Wop. Know what I mean? He was doing a stretch. He was in prison. So we was writing each other. And we came up with the idea like, yo, let's start a company. Let's do 354. He had did a little more time than me. So he was already up before I even got in. So by the time I got up north, he was on his way home. So he went home first and then he would write me and he would send me pictures and it would be kissing them in the pictures. And Kiss just had the CLK 430 Benz and I'm in the jail and the whole jail's going crazy. They like, oh shit, yo, you really know them niggas. Do I really know these niggas? What? You know what I'm trying to say? You know, respect is earned. Respect ain't given, respect is earned. You know what I mean? And I earned my respect from my comrades. I want to say something to niggas that talk about jail real quick. Because this is something that I haven't heard people say, and I just want people to understand what the lingo is. It's a difference between an inmate and a convict. Don't ever call me an inmate. I will never be an inmate. An inmate is an individual who is content and satisfied with his situation. He's going to keep his head down between his legs, and he's just going to try to stay out the way. A convict is a rebel. It's someone who always going to feel they're being held against their will, someone who will never allow you to lock their mind up. You can have my body locked up, but my brain is forever free. I'm never here. That's a convict. Those are the niggas I fuck with. I fuck with convicts. I don't fuck with inmates. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, jail is always going to be jail, but different eras call for a different part of the culture. I was in the jail at this time. Bloods couldn't live in Green when I was there, for the record. I know a lot of homies. I got family. I got brothers. There's big hats. But at this particular time, man, it was just Crips. It was Latin Kings. It was Nietas. It was DPs. And, of course, the guard bodies and the Muslims. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about the homies, you get 4 or 5 of them niggas together, they'll turn that whole shit out. You know what I'm saying? And they always try to prevent it that. Of course, there was homies that was in there that niggas wouldn't touch. They were scared of. Of course, there was homies that came in and signed in. I seen all this shit. You know what I mean? Niggas were scared to death. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't repping like that. Then there was some niggas that just came in there and they couldn't wait to try to tear them niggas up. And they were scared to touch them. You know what I mean? And that's how them niggas got up out of there, because them niggas went to police on them niggas. So salute to the real rights. The niggas that I came across, I never cared about no gang shit. Whatever you is cool. Long as you have a certain respect and a principle for yourself, you good with me. I don't care about none of that shit. I found myself defending niggas that was from my city, that was blood, that was saying they wasn't. And that shit hurt my feelings, man. Because you from my town. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is an old, you know, I'm kind of flashing back, so it's not like with disdain and shit, but this is the situations that I had to live by. When I got the green, somebody said that I was blood. You know what I'm saying? I come from Yonkers. Yonkers is back staircases, pit bulls, battle rapping, busting your gun and selling crack and being able to scrap, being able to work your hands. That's Yonkers niggas for you. And we talk with some of the exquisite slang. Our slang is crazy. And we've been like that since we was kids. You know what I'm saying? But niggas said I was blood. I ain't no fucking blood. I just love pit bulls. I got a pit bull tattoo on my chest. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I had stories where I had to fucking really apply pressure and show niggas what I was made of. You know what I mean? And again, respect is earned. You know what I mean? So I took a negative situation and I turned it positive, and we got the most out of the shit. We had a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun doing, like, you know, I had my moments, but then I had a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I was a facilitator. You got a violent charge. There's certain programs that you have to take, or you not going home. Any nigga that ever had a violent charge, they know they got to take ART. And I not only took the shit, I became the teacher. I became the nigga because the COs respected me. They like, yo, you could get niggas in order. You know what I mean? So this is me in jail. It's 30 grown-ass niggas in here. These niggas got bodies, all kind of shootings. And, you know, they come into class and I'm like, yo, man, y'all niggas shut up and sit down, man. I'm going to talk to y'all today. And they respected it. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was taking the class, the nigga that was teaching us, they didn't respect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tell that nigga, shut up before we pop your top. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't here teaching, so what? You soft, shut up. You know what I'm saying? And when I became the facilitator, it was like, yeah, now we got one of our own in there. You know what I mean? And I had movement through the jail. That's why I was very popular. I was able to move throughout the whole jail. You know what I mean? And the COs respected me because they knew I was a nigga that could regulate. You know what I mean? Oh, I had a whole team. It wasn't me. I wasn't the one-man band. You know what I mean? I'm from 914. Anything that was moving from 914, we banded together like a brotherhood. But salute to my Brooklyn niggas, my niggas from Brownsville, my niggas from Marcy Projects. I had a lot of niggas that I was real tight with. You know what I mean? And we all fucked with each other. So, you know, but just that part of the history, it primed me for when I was about to get released. So that's the shit we could talk about, you know what I'm saying, when I came home now.
From there, Snyp, I wanted to ask you, you know, going from the early days with the locks to creating 354 while you were incarcerated, was D-Block created while you were locked up, or was it created after you came home? Can you break that down for me?
Yep, good question. D-Block actually was already created. When I came home, they had D-Block was already in motion. You know what I mean? They had the little homie Hood, and he was you know, he was doing his thing. I never coexisted with Hood with D-Block at the same time. Like, that was his shit. He was the first out the gate. He started that shit. When I came home, I had my own shit, nigga. I was self-made. I had my own company. Me and my man was running around, and I was running around with people that had a lot of influence. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, my man 25 Deuce Nickel from Mount Vernon. Rest in peace, my man Lil D from Mount Vernon. OGs, man. They took me under the wing when I came home. They put me in the right situations. Shout out to my man Arsonist from the Heatmakers. Y'all know them as the Heatmakers that produce from Cam and them. I had my own relationship with them before Cam and them. I used to go right to their hood in the Bronx, you know, their little crib. It used to be like 2 or 3 of them, I believe. It was like 3 of them. But Arsonist, I always knew was like he was the nigga. Right. So my first demo I cut with them. Like, my first recordings I did with them. I went to a studio in Harlem on 145th and I think Amsterdam or Edgecombe. I'm not sure which one, but definitely it was a studio over there somewhere. And I had to run through a room full of niggas to get on a record with McGruff that they produced. So it was like 7, 8 niggas in the room. They like, yo, the best nigga in here is getting on this song. You know what I did? I went in there and ran through the whole room. True story. And this is how I got the relationship with them. Not only that, it's like, yo, nah, he good. Matter of fact, we want to make you a beat. This kid is nice. My man's telling him, I'm with real G's, though. I'm with the niggas that I'm with is respected. So they like, yo, what they say, the niggas gonna believe him. They're like, yo, our little homie is nice. This nigga, he just came home, he fresh out the can, he ready to go. Niggas like, oh, yeah, here. So they started feeding me. They started hitting me with wild shit. So I'm running around with that. Meanwhile, again, like I said, the D Block shit is already going. This is my hood, though. This is my block. So I come out, I see all three of them. Actually, the first thing I did was I got Lucci on the record before I got in D Block. I like a formally, let me say, because if you really look at it, I've been D Block from day one because we from the hood. Like I don't need a name to say none of that shit. But like before I was formally like a D Block member, I already had records with Lucci Styles and Kiss for that matter. Know what I'm saying? My biggest record was probably the record I had with Styles, produced by Green Lantern. Shout out to Green, that's our homie too. Called Coast to Coast. Know what I'm saying? And then I did the remix with Mano. Shout out to Mano too, Hustle Hard. Mano is I'm gonna tell you some real shit, man. I'll give niggas they roses, man. I ain't never been a sucker. Mano one of the realest niggas, man, because he didn't have to come fuck with me. He didn't have to come do a song with me off the love, but he did. You know, mutual relationships, you know, jail code, G code, certain G's still stick and stay in tune with each other. And that happened. And he pulled up on me in the studio and he recorded and I just want him to know, like, or anybody that fuck with him to know, like, I always cherish that. Cause that was just like a nigga that we felt was popping, that we fucked with from where we at. And then for him to come through and embrace me, he sent my rhyme to me. He sent my rhyme to me when I met him. He said, nigga, you said, and he sent my rhyme. I said, oh shit. Like maybe for him that shit wasn't about nothing, but for me, I was like, oh, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And then you know my trademark. Everybody know, if you don't know me, you know my trademark. Yep, you know that's my trademark. And I had him doing that shit the whole day. He just kept, yo, Snyp, how you do that shit? Yo. Like it was just fun times, man. And that was one of the great memories I always cherish, man. Real nigga.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because yeah, Mano certainly came out of jail, big scar on his face, and he took the industry by storm. High hater, working with T-Pain. Did you guys link in jail, or you guys weren't locked up together?
Nah, that was like mutual. My man was in jail with one of his mans, and Mano was in jail with a couple of my comrades that's from my city. Real niggas that get busy. You know what I mean? So it was already an acknowledgement and a respect thing there. So it was just like, yo, this my man. He came home too. He wasn't in the jail with you, but he just came home too. So Mano already knew the vibes. Like, you know, he knew the code. It's like, you know, jail niggas, like, that's like you just said. He just came from that. You know what I mean? So he just extending the olive branch because he fucked with certain niggas that we fucked with that was already in jail with him. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh yeah, nah, we all affiliated. Definitely, I'll come through, fuck with y'all. You know what I mean? And it was real because a lot of niggas be talking that shit. But you know what I mean? Some pulled up on me, man. And like I said, always give him his props and respect for that. You know what I mean?
One for him to pull up on you like that was before we get back into it, because I want to talk about No Security. Was there any prior relationship with Mano to when he got locked up?
Never had a relationship with Mano. That's why I said, like, outside of my camp, he was the first artist that I really rocked with.
That's love.
Now with the 354 shit, you know, we you know, I put Bully down just for the record. You know, like I said, I'll give niggas their roses and when I feel like they deserve it. But I'm gonna speak on what I speak on when I stand for something else. I put Bully down. Bully is somebody that grew up with me. We got a personal relationship. We know each other's family members. You know what I mean? You know, he chose to speak on the things he wanted to speak on and not include me or whatever, and that's cool. I don't hold that against him. But I'm not gonna tell my side of the story and try to play pet. I'm gonna tell it like it is. We ain't gonna be petty over here. I'm gonna tell it like it is. And like I said, I had the influence out of my peers. He is one of my peers. Actually, he did the beats. He was a beatbox nigga for me. He did the beats and I rap. No, he didn't rap when I rapped. You get it? I was the spitter from my hood. That was my shit. Nobody can take that from me. I had a homie, my man Shaq. We used to call him Shaq. Rest in peace to his pops. His pops just recently passed away. And the only reason why I mentioned that is because he played an intricate part in my upbringing. Because I used to tell him to get his pops amp. He used to get the amp from his pops, and we used to go and record and all that. But like I said, fast forward, everybody knew that shit started with Snyp. 354, they know that shit started with me. Now, again, the locks are our older brothers, so it's not the same. Don't try to compare it. No, it's different. But this is for my shit. This is my story. You know what I mean? And when I came home, all that was our upbringing. So when I came home, I always jumped off the porch first, Mikey T. Don't let these niggas get it twisted. I jumped off the porch way earlier, and I had to convince niggas to jump off the porch. I'm that guy. We're not gonna take that away from me. You hear me? I came home, and I'm like, yo, that just made sense. So we running around, we tearing shit up. What? Smack DVDs, on the come up DVD. You know, shout out to Fendi, they was popping. My boy French. Now French, let me tell you, French Montana is another person that I hold a high respect for, like a Mano.
Bro.
Me and French go way back, Cocaine City. Fun fact, yo, French recorded me. Do it. French shot a video for me. Imagine that. My nigga's a rock star right now. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like, this is the same guy that I brought to my hood in the projects and put him in a booth in a closet, and we did a record. And I still got that record to this day. French is a real one, man. French is a real one. Never fronted on me. Always made sure I was on all of his shits. Know what I'm saying? And his shit was popping. He had that really popping before the music. So when he did the music and he took it the way he took it, come on, man. Niggas can't hate on that. I know what these niggas came from. Know what I'm saying?
So take me into it, Snyp. When French Montana came and recorded you and did music with you, did you see the future superstar there? Could you just tell, like when you said when you were around DMX and Jada, could you just tell when you were around French?
You could tell. French had charisma. French had a lot of charisma. So there was just something that was like, you know what I mean? But like I said, his shit preceded itself. He was doing well for himself. So the Cocaine City DVD shit, Pee Wee Kirkland, you know, like he had that shit rocking. You know what I'm saying? But that was the era. See, I'm from the era of DVDs and mixtapes. If you wasn't on either, you wasn't popping. And battle drag on. Like, come on, man.
Right.
That's somebody else. That's somebody else I hold in high regards, man. Salute the drag. Well, let me rephrase that. I had a sparring match with Drag On. We had a lyrical sparring match. But the reason why we had a lyrical sparring match is because the two niggas that they threw in there, one was this little man. I had them niggas like this lyrically. It was three of us. We was at the Rucker one day. And Uncle Ralph got the tape, man. Rough Riders, Uncle Ralph got the tape. Kiss was there, everybody was there. And it was these two cats. And they put me in there with them. I'm fresh out the can. And and at first I thought it was just like everybody just, you know, but the one kid, he spit at me. And then the other kid, he spit at me. So I felt like they was trying to jump me like. So I just went jail mode on these niggas. And I was just tearing these niggas up to the point it was a laugher. So they pushed Drag in there. Somebody pushed them in. It was a crowd, it was crazy. Out of nowhere, Drag comes in there. I'd never forget this day, Mikey T. I hold this shit high in hip hop because Drag is that nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like, I fuck with Drag. At this time, battle rap, oh, he's definitely that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching them up north. We watching the Rough Rider documentaries, seeing them tear niggas' heads off. So I come home, I'm like this. All right, this jail shit different though. Battling in the yard ain't like battling in front of all these niggas. It's different, you know what I mean? So long story short, we had a little, you know, he did it. You know what? I learned a lot from Drag that day. I learned about swag. I had no swag. I was stiff. Like, I remember a line the kid Drag said, he said something, I got bullets to turn corners. And when he said it, he leaned into me and he did like this and the crowd went crazy. Like, he knew how to, I was stiff. I'm like this, muscle man. But yeah, definitely said some ill shit that he respected. They stopped it. They was like, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said some shit like, oh, this nigga, oh, all right. And it's like, all right, you know what I mean? And then he dapped me, so I respect your game. Like, he whispered, you know, something to me. I whispered back to him. I just appreciated that he even would. It's like sparring with the champ. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to appreciate that he even would even take the time to even do it with you. You know what I'm saying? Let alone this nigga's out here. Don't you know why in sports they do closed door scrimmages? Just in case the guy you don't know, the team, they bust their ass. They don't want everybody to see. So he took a chance. You know what I'm saying? So and it was respected, man. Like I said, man, I learned a lot that day about swag, like, you know what I mean? But battle rap ain't really, like, that was just some shit we was doing in jail. So when I came home and I really seen, like, when they started, because this is like before they really started doing URL and all that. So we would just see the Smack DVDs, they would just battle, like, at some point on the DVD, right? Murder Mook and all of them, that's my homie too. Shout out to Murder Mook, that's a good friend of mine. And he was on my team, I was coaching. But you know, y'all Harlem niggas always think y'all dumb nice and y'all be chucking. So I had to sit him on the bench. Sorry, Mook, it's my nigga, though. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Yeah, man, I learned a lot that day from him. But then, you know, I knew that I had more to offer. Like, I wasn't just a battle rapper. Like, I made songs. I know how to make songs. I make records. You know what I mean? So I just focused on that. And, you know, that's the history with that, you know, as far as, you know, my introduction into that.
Right. And also, like you said, you're up there battling, or you're sparring with one of your friends' best friends. You're up there sparring with Dragon, one of the best friends of a guy who you were talking about, you know, DMX earlier, man. So that's just like, you're looking at it like, yo, this is a guy that's completely on. I'm fresh out of jail. There is a future for me in this shit.
There you go. That's exactly how I took it. That's exactly how that's the only way I could take it. You know what I mean? That was like a measuring stick. Like, am I even worth to do this shit? You know what I mean? But when I got the respect from, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to Fred. That's another one that I came through the ranks with. We used to do showcases together. You know what I mean? This is before he popped to where y'all knew who he was and respected what he was bringing. He always rapped the same way. He had a partner, actually. It was two. It was him and this cat named Virginia Slim. And I always liked him. Shout out to the son. But I know Fred from that era. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know French from that era. I know Mano from that era. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it just feel good to see a lot of my brothers that I considered brothers because they embraced me as such and showed me that love and respect. Seeing them come through the ranks, like, it was dope. I guess I'm like the nigga that got high in class and just kept getting left back, it sounded like. You know what I'm saying? Word up, because I was stubborn, man. And like I said, you know, the jail shit really set me back. So, you know, I had a lot of catching up to do, not just with rap, like with family, you know. I came home from jail. I lost my mom. She died in a horrible car accident. And I was fresh out of jail, you know what I mean? And I had to pick up the pieces, you know what I mean? And just a lot of different weight I had to carry on my shoulders while I was trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? Lost a lot, bro. Lost a lot, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you know, I appreciate that, Snype Life. You actually brought up the battle or the sparring with Dragon at Tony Moxberg's Love video shoot. So I'm glad you went into it a little bit more today. But I wanted to get into January 2009. D-Block dropped No Security album. Can you tell me about the D-Block album finally coming together?
Oh, man. Yo, man. One of the best moments of my life. One of the best phases of my life. I traded for nothing in the world. Man. Shout out to my brothers, man. Shout out to Kids. Shout out to P. Shout out to Luch. Man. So much I want to say, bro. Like, I'm literally like, if we talking No Security and anybody watching this, pull it up or just visualize that album cover for me. And visualize the bottom half of that album cover, which was like a Usual Suspects lineup of all of the D-Block artists. And just visualize that me being literally the last guy standing. Know what I'm saying? It didn't even start off like that, bro. Like, Luch, I'm in the hood. These are my guys. We outside. I run into Luch one day. Yo, come to the studio. I need you to be on a record for the album. We doing a D-Block, No Security, you know, Oh, word? I'm still doing 354. I'm literally getting features. I'm literally getting, I was getting 500 when I started 354, like for verses. And I already said that. All my D-Block fellow brothers, salute, they all know I was the all-time leader in features on D-Block. So y'all could like who y'all want. Y'all can have this favorite, that. I'm telling y'all some real shit. Snype handled his business. Snype came in as a business. What D-Block did was it took my shit to another level, obviously, because I'm right next to legends. You know what I mean? And all the shit that I was popping now is confirmed because they see me, I'm here, and they see how they treat me, and they see how they talk to me, and we have certain conversations that only me and them could have because we was the only ones there. And that's for the other D Block members too. And no, not to them. I'm just saying there were certain conversations that I could have with the locks that the rest of them couldn't. Know what I mean? This is all real shit. But again, I'm always into giving my brothers their roses. Know what I mean? So I will say this: every nigga that you seen on that cover of No Security, they deserve it. They earned the right to be there. I never take that from not one of them on there. I am the last of the next G's though. It is what it is. It started with a song. I walked in one night to do a song and I never left. It turned into weeks and months in this preparation for this album. We worked on this album for about 8 months, give or take. You know what I mean? And like I said, ironically, I was the last guy to come in. So let me get that clear. Hood had the first chapter of D Block. He was the first perception that the locks gave to the rest of the world that, yeah, nigga, we got some spitters. He started with that. Now, this chapter here that we talking about with No Security, this brought a different breed of MCs in. Shout out my brother AP, Large Amount, Straws, Don D. Fucking, who else I'm missing, man? Fucking Bully was there. I'm not gonna never take, like I said, I'm not gonna take nothing from nobody. Everybody earned that shit.
On the album.
Yes, sir. Everybody. We was like this. Niggas could not fuck with us when we was on our shit. Oh, of course, my brother, Raw Buck, the only nigga from Philly that was really an official D Block nigga. Like I said, No Security was our baby, man. Had a lot of fun doing it. So many different experiences. We went on tour for it. Just so you know, right? Snyp Life always played the point guard. That was my thing. I was the guy that usually set the tone. I was the vocal leader. Know what I'm saying? And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm letting y'all, again, everybody tell their story, dog. I sat back for years. I'm in a whole different space, but this is part of my history. Y'all niggas is not gonna take that from me. So y'all gonna give me mine the same way I don't mind giving. The same way if I fuck with you, and if I'm wrong about something, I'll say, yo, you right, dog, I'm wrong. You right, I'm wrong. I have no problem doing that. I have no problem doing that. J Hood ain't never said nothing foul about me, ever. Understand what I'm saying? When he was going at them niggas, when we was in that transition of doing No Security, and when he was going at niggas, I made a G call to him. I don't gotta go through what I said, but I said what I said to him, and he respected it, and he ain't never said my name foul. He ain't never stood around nobody that said something foul about me. Know what I mean? So I wanted to make the G call to him and let him know that I was wrong for that, which I did, because I don't even give a fuck if he got kicked out of D Block or not. I don't give two shits about that. You know what I mean? That ain't my place to speak on. You know what I mean? Real shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, my shit always come with a disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? Like, my disclaimer is I always tell my niggas humbly, don't take my kindness for weakness, though. If I say I know I'm wrong about something, you know I get busy, so don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm not a nigga that run around trying to be a tough guy. So if a nigga that I know, if I could whoop your ass, if you give me the respect, I'm still going to give you that respect. I'm never going to front on you or act funny with you. That's anybody. I'm just saying in general, anybody. That's just how I move. I'm an honorable nigga. I know they say ain't no honor amongst thieves. I ain't never snuck thief nothing in my life. When I did it, I took it from niggas. 160.10, I'm in the law book. I take your shit. I ain't going to steal nothing from you. I'm going to take your shit. So that's why I walk with honor. Know what I mean? And if you give me that, I'm going to give it back to you. I don't give a fuck about whoever else got whatever relationship or say whatever else about you. That's just for me, for Snyp. Know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, even with the bully shit, you know what I mean? We got a different type of situation, and it's like he's scared to speak on my name or something about it. But at the end of the day, we played an important part in each other's essence. Know what I mean? And I to this day, right now, I wish the best for him. I don't got no ill feelings against him. I know his family, his mom's sister. He know moms. You know what I mean? So it's different. I just was never an internet nigga. I'm not a nigga to get on the internet. Yeah, I'm in a great space right now, you know? But my story gonna get told. Niggas ain't gonna take that from me. All the shit that went on that y'all don't know about, that I had a lot to do with a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas got beat down, got their hands put on them. A lot of shit happened, man. A lot of shit happened, dog. We don't talk, but we ain't internet niggas. Like, I ain't never, it's so many stories I could tell you about your favorite rappers. You be like, what? You be looking at niggas way different. That's why I keep it the way I just stay out the way and mind my business. You know what I'm saying? Drink plenty of water, walk slow, and mind my motherfucking business, dog. Know what I mean? But a nigga ain't gonna talk about my business. And I ain't, niggas say, oh, you wild. Nah, fuck all that, man. Cause I put that work in. Y'all niggas ain't put that work. Y'all niggas ain't spend a yard with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas ain't take the sacrifices that I had to take. You understand what I'm saying? Shit wasn't no fucking vacation. This shit wasn't sweet. This shit was real, dog. So all this shit I'm rapping about, I stand on it. Ain't nothing gangster about being tough, dog. Gangster is when you willing to stand up and die for what you will believe in, nigga. That's gangster. Taking care of your motherfucking kids is gangster, nigga. Niggas run around here with chains on, kids run around here bummy. Let's talk about it, man. That niggas is crazy. My cousin lost his life. My little cousin, rest in peace, Doug. My little cousin lost his life on my block, 354. He lost his life defending his family. Half of these niggas running around with tattoos. Y'all niggas don't take care of the family. Y'all don't reach out to his son. That ain't gangster. Give a fuck about that. And that's why niggas be uncomfortable when I come around, Mikey T, because I keep it like this. You feel my energy when I come around. When I walk in that room, you gonna know I walked in that room. I don't give a fuck if you a star. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You understand what I'm saying? Benny the Butchie, Davies, those are my niggas, man. Salute to those brothers. Do you see me on Instagram trying to be their fucking best friend? I don't give a fuck about none of that. You see how we are when we in person. You see how me and Benny is. You see how we rock. I get with East. We working out. We doing all kind of shit in the studios. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I cherish. I don't care about this internet shit. I'm not from this era, dog. So I'm not going to go back and forth with niggas. I'm not arguing with y'all niggas. I'm a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? My son is bigger than half of these little niggas. Like, my fucking child. You know what I mean? Like, I'll put hands on one of these niggas and it'll just be, oh, you wildin'. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, like I said, I don't want to get too caught up in that shit. You know what I mean? I just want people to know I'm an honorable person and I'm a fair person. If I'm wrong about something, I'll tell you I'm wrong. If I'm right about something, and everybody has witnessed this, niggas is not going to stand up with the likes of Styles or Lucha Kiss and argue with them chest to chest and get sweaty like y'all going to scrap. I will do that, though. And my brothers know I will stand up for what I believe in. But at the same time, I never pull rank on them brothers. And I want people to know something, because I know y'all seen some of us different. And I want to tell y'all something about the Locks, man. The Locks don't owe us shit. The Locks don't owe us nothing. None of us. I don't give a fuck what none of these niggas talking about. The Locks don't owe us shit. They opened that motherfucking door and they told niggas to get in and ride this shit till the wheel fall off, nigga. You can't pay for that. That's priceless, nigga. My niggas know. I could be difficult sometimes. You know, I got a problem with authority, obviously. So I'm a nigga. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me how to rap, how to be. Can't do none of that. I live it. This is what I do. They always allow me to be me. They never question. They've been right there. They watched me grow up, so they know what I'm doing is authentic. They never took none of that from me, dog. They allowed me to be who I felt most comfortable being. They never tried to change me. So it's a lot of people with the similarity. Oh, you sound like. They never tried to change me. They never judged me. They know this is the shit from the core. And I don't feel like, I feel like I always wanted to show them how much that I was always humbled and appreciative of that, because they ain't have to give me nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Some of your favorite rappers can't call them and get a verse tomorrow. I can. They ain't never talked no money with me when it came about verses. They ain't never charged me for no verses. These are my brothers, man. I get this shit with a fucking drop of a dime. Know what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit you can't pay for. I'm the nigga. You could come to me with a Locks verse or $20,000. I'm gonna tell you to keep the money. Let me get the verse. That's who Snyp is. That's the type of nigga I am. And that's why they love me and they respect me and they trust me, obviously. They trust that they know that I know the G code. I know how to move and know what not to do. But my relationship is like an untold one where here's D-Block, here's the brand. Go fuck some shit up. Go do what you want to do. If you need us, we right here, one phone call away. Nobody else ain't getting that. Niggas can't do that. I've shown this shit over the years. You know, everybody talking about the contracts. Yeah, fuck the contracts. Contracts was bullshit. Yeah, you heard it from me. Contracts was bullshit. But you know what was more important to me? I wanted to prove that my loyalty was worth more than a piece of paper. Man, I give a fuck about that. I know these niggas before all this shit. All I know is as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna be blessed. I'm gonna be rewarded. Care about all this shit these niggas talking about. Everybody sounding disgruntled and all that. You know what I mean? The pleasure of being affiliated to be aligned and these brothers acknowledging you as their brother is enough for me. And being able to do what I want and share these stages with them, this is the shit that's priceless. I come from the crack era. You gotta hustle. Ain't no handouts. All right, you got a song. All right, go get money, nigga. And that's one thing I'm gonna tell you that the Locks will say about me. If there's anything you would ever want to ask the Locks about Snyp, the one thing that they all will always agree on is, man, Snyp always figures out a way to figure it out. He always got something up his sleeve. You know what I'm saying? I go from rapper, manager, road manager, security, all that. I done did it all. I done did it. Sometimes I forgot. Like, yo, nigga, you rap, you Snyp. Like, you putting your life on the line for this shit, dog. You sacrificing too much right now. You gotta chill. Sometimes I had to check myself. You understand what I'm saying?